Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the show Bullet 8 here, and sorry, no camera right now. I'm gonna go ahead and set it back up on the next video, but today we're gonna do something a little bit different than what I'm normally doing, what I normally, will have on these videos. We're gonna go with a mobile game today. Okay, just wanted to make sure we got the cursor on so you guys can see, everything I point to. Now, a lot of you who are actually watching this, it's you already know what it is. It's ZGirls. This game, I honestly quit playing it over 3 months ago, maybe a little bit more, maybe 4 months. But I had started playing it when it first came out. There's still some people who play it, and a lot of people ask, about the different functions of it. And what's funny is that there's people who've been playing this game for a couple of years and don't understand a lot of the functions. So I'm gonna just run through a lot of it today, and maybe, just maybe, depending on how this video goes, I'll go ahead and put out one that deals with Arena and explain how to actually battle in Arena, how to pull off Siege, how to actually defeat what everybody's tripping about right now, which is the Perseverance gear that is part of the new fairy set that they set up on here. Now, anyway, though, well, let's just get into it. So this is pretty much the main screen where you're gonna come to, showing the inside of your school, everything else. Now, most of this stuff you're gonna have to set up on yourself as far as the buildings. Wait a minute, let me stop this continuous march, because that's gonna get annoying. All right. Yeah, they got this new event going on. Ain't got no time for that. Anyway, let's go back in here. So you got your main building here. Now, one of the big things, for people is being able to collect everything for the building, your different skins, stuff like that, decorate, so on and so forth. Now, a few of these skins you'll actually see here, they have different attributes to it. Now, understand something. These attributes, they do stack. They stack for the clothing, gear, things of that nature, nameplates, and the school itself. So that's that. You got your enablers, and the enablers are pretty much the people that you're gonna have set up on the line, whether it's to guard the school, your main characters, your waifus, if you will. But these all have their own different attributes, different skills, different, just all kinds of stuff. You can set them up with their own gear. You can set them up with their own elements and things like that that actually go on there. Now, this currently is the entirety as far as all of the available enablers in the school. I'm kind of rush through this because I figure I'll just make this video somewhere around like 10-15 minutes, something like that, and then let y'all get back to doing what you're doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. School's full right now, except for these 3 slots that are available, which are always under construction because, hey, Blue Ultra got to get their money. Anyway, back to it. So one of the big things as far as your school setup is going to be, here we go, these buildings here. Personally, I don't need any of this here. I just don't care. I haven't knocked any of it down yet, but this is where you get food resources from: fuel, steel, alloy, different things like that, which are these numbers up here. And the thing about it is, if you're a new player, you're just starting up, or a small school, you're gonna need that to help out with gaining your resources. Except for the fact that, well, you can also go right out into the world and collect resources. The big problem, however, is that you can also get robbed really quick when it comes to your resources. And what I mean by that, when somebody's under an attack or in siege, as it's called, resources can be stolen, different things like that. Now, personally, I mean, you see this only says 46 million, 960K, 1.1 million, and 12.6 million in alloy. The thing about it is I have billions upon billions upon billions of RSS and everything else in this school. The thing is, I always keep them in boxes. And that's a smart thing for you to do, especially as a small school, because that way, if you're ever under a siege, you won't have your resources stolen. Me, it doesn't matter. The siege will not matter, will not be taken. It's not. But going on, you've got extra buildings up here. If you haven't reached level 30, usually your school hasn't reached level 30 at this point or whatever, these may not be available to you. It's been one of those things where I've had them since they were available. This is your Project Origins, and this here is actually for refining obsidian, different things like that, and gaining kyanite. You have 3 different types of kyanite, and right now I only set this building to 25, but I can refine these two here. So my thing about this is, again, it's not something that I really need because of the fact that, well, my school is full, but I can tell you it's smart for you to get these buildings up as high as possible because it goes into your power. Another thing about it is you've got research. The research labs, this one here was initially set for the project students, but it does affect a lot of different things as well, including arena, your mechas, and a few other things as far as your wall and what troops can be used there, such as the project troops. And it also affects the number of project troops you can send out on an actual battle. This one here, however, is the main laboratory that everybody's going to, know straight out the gate. And I can tell you this, you need to make sure that you max this thing out as soon as you possibly can, because it plays again to the strengths of power for your school. Now, next up, been trying to debate on how I actually wanted to run through a lot of this because there's so much. I mean, I'm not going to get into going outside and, battling the zombies and things, but you all know all about that. What I will say is, you see these little things here, it's another event. Events happen all the time now. It used to be a thing you had to wait a week or two, something like that, maybe a little bit longer before you got a new event. These events now happen every week. Sometimes you have 2 or 3 events happening at the same damn time. So for all the new people or the smaller schools who actually need to boost themselves, right now you got it easy because there's a ton of stuff here that you can do that was never allowed to be done when this game first started, as far as how quickly you can upgrade, how quickly you can get your enablers to level 45 and beyond. And that is a key right there. Your enablers, where you want every one of them to be, is at a level 45. And the reason for it is that it plays into the gear, which I'll get into in a minute. But for this one here, I'm gonna do a solo real quick. Already set, run it out. Now, there's the rewards for it, and now this event you can actually just do if you have auto, which, if you know what that means, I'm talking about auto march, which is what I turned off a little bit ago. You can do that, and it's going to kill the deads based on the actual level that you set in there, and you will get rewards for it. The only rewards that you will not get is you won't get the actual coins or tokens, or in this case, the buttons that actually allow you to buy stuff in the store that is specifically for this event. And this is what I'm talking about. In the festival store, I haven't even done anything really with this event. It's like, whatever, I'll get it. It'll be fine. These little buttons are what you're going to spend to actually buy all the different stuff here. All right, your RSS, which is your resources, things for your enabler, which I can tell you right now, if you have already maxed out, most of the, I don't know, if you've already got your weapons set, you're golden on that. If you've already pretty much maxed out most of the Kazuna, you're golden on that. But these two things right here have become extremely important. And this one, because it's much harder to get, I think, than anything else right now in the game. But they are what's going to help you upgrade your enablers. And actually, what I mean by upgrade them is the new star system that's set up on them. You've got transform stuff. This right here deals with your project origin transformation. This right here deals with your mecha upgrades. And these are transformations for all the other students, which would be the attackers, the dead, and shooters, as well as the useless mobile teams. And then you have stuff that's usually used for arena. Now, if we go back inside of, before going in there, these are your skills and abilities that you can use based on the enablers, things like that you have. And every day, every single day, you should go in, do your collection call, and most definitely get your special training, because that's just going to help you out. The collection call is going to give you more actual troops, and then the special training actually boosts your enablers levels, or gives them experience anyway, to help boost their levels. This has already been set up as far as they give you a couple of different pre-made setups, such as combat and others, meaning the active skills. These here I created myself based on what I'm going to use them for, whether it's for siege or CIC, things like that. Technically, I don't even do the CIC anymore or anything like that, because like I said, I stopped playing the game, and it's just one of those things where it's a whatever situation. Another one of your daily things you should be doing is going in here. If you don't know what this is, and a lot of people don't, surprisingly, this started quite some time ago with the Star Ring store. Now it's called everybody calls it the BU store. If you see somebody saying that, they're talking about the Blue Ultra store. What that is this. You go in here, and every day that you logged in, you actually get points for logging in. They're worthless. It's barely anything, and it would take you forever to get, anywhere on this scale that you really want to be. But every purchase that you make, it actually moves this up. It increases it as well. It doesn't even fully show it. I think I'm actually beyond. If there was a beyond level 6, I am beyond level 6 as far as this goes. But in here, you can actually collect a daily gift, and that gift is based on where you're at on this scale. And then you also have an additional store in here. And if you've never come in here, you may want to, because there are some skins and different things like that you actually want to have for your school in order to be able to increase your power, as well as your skills and your abilities in arena, siege, and everything else. Going back in, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this fantastic place here, the arsenal. These are your 3 weapons. You've got your sword, your shield, and the gun. Only 3 enablers will actually be able to have these, or how do I say this? Any one of your enablers can use them, but you can only have it on 3 of them. Now, you can switch them back and forth between each enabler, except if you end up, actually contracting it to a specific enabler. And what that is each one of these enablers that are in this list, and not all of them are on this list, they have a specific extra ability that works with the weapons. Now, if you look here, I set mine up like this a while ago. Don't really change it. Don't care to. Don't need it. Don't need to, I should say. But Misaki, she's one of them. Reason being, that right there. That arena plus 30 damage, super important. This one here, all damage plus 20%. Again, for arena. Again, super important. You see all the other ones here. And I mean, this becomes a personal preference, I think, in some ways. But at the same time, there's actually a way to set this up to where you are essentially able to be in the top 10 rankings in arena, championship, and big battle. Which, speaking of, this is the championship competition right here. Well, we're already in the few final rounds here, but this happens almost every week. And you're able to set up 3 teams, which I can tell you right now, you're going to want to set up the 3 enablers that have your actual weapons set up on them as the heads of the teams that actually go into those battles. And then, of course, there's the big fight. And this one here is between all cities or servers. All right. I'm kind of pissed off about this right here. Why did they bump this up to 250,000? Normally it's only 200K for an actual school scan. And then you got to remember, you need this right here too. So you're spending 350,000 points right out the gate. Anything else, I mean, you're in the shop for what you need, which kind of brings me to this point here. If you are a beginning school or mid-level school, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to make sure that you get these, your weapon experience chests, you make sure that you get stuff for Kizuna, and you definitely make sure, if you can, you get stuff for experience. Reason being is those are going to be the biggest things in order to, number one, this is going to build up your weapons. This is going to help you build up your enablers, as well as this right here. Now, going back into the actual dorm with the enablers, if you take a look, let's go with, that really doesn't matter because any one of them you can see it as long as they have Kizuna. So these each are different things. This here is the dress up part where you take the different skins that you have for them and you can set them up on there. And if you notice, the skins have specific attributes themselves. So a march size plus 3% for that specific skin there, another one plus 3%. And each enabler that actually has those, you want to get them. And I can tell you right now, yes, they all do stack. This here, yeah, a bunch of whatever. Oh, sorry, hit that again. Now, oh God, I forgot I had them in there. So you can put in enablers in the training camp and gain experience on them. Just say it right now. Just do it. It's free experience for these enablers. Whoever you decide to actually put in there, just do it. So next up, where we want to go is right here. Gives you a little bit of insight on the actual enabler right there. And then this part, your Kizuna. This stuff right here, it's annoying. I'm gonna tell you right now, it is annoying to actually do. And what you have to be careful of is that you're doing all the right stuff. So I mean, to pretty much show you, what you do is you have, I need to pop open the other ones, but you have the actual shards here to use, and then you have the 2 enablers that you need shards for as well in order to increase this level. increase troop training speed. I mean, anything that's on this level for me right now is just because it doesn't matter to me. I don't need to actually do it. Everything that's worth anything is already at max on the Kizuna scale in this school. It's all done. And there's one that actually, let's see, where is it at? I could have swore it's on one of the new ones. Her, I think it is. No, maybe it's her. Attacker training speed. Oh, here it is right here. So increasing attacker HP. This, yeah, I need to go ahead and do that because it's HP related and it's attacker HP related. The thing about it is that this enabler was new. I had the shards to actually get her. I had some excess ones, but I didn't have enough to actually just go ahead and keep upgrading her Kizuna. But I can go ahead and do that at some point, you know, or the other person who actually plays on this account, which, by the way, if you guys ever come on here and you try and talk to me or whatever, I'll let you, if it's me, you'll know it's me, but more than likely you're talking to another person who plays on this account just to maintain it and train the troops and things like that. And on to that, they're training troops. Click on the actual place, click train. All of my buildings, that's my deads. This here is my shooters, mobile team, and the attackers. Now, anyway, I want to get off of that. Those are all things that you guys more than likely know. So on this, the way that I personally say you should build your school up is that your focus should be on siege first and foremost before you focus on arena. Reason being is because as you focus on building up for siege, consequentially, you'll automatically have enough ability to compete in the actual arena portion of it. Plus, a huge thing is if you're in a war-riddled little, server or city, it's one of those things where you want to be able to protect yourself at all times, because I know a lot of people who have had billions upon billions in their actual RSS inventory, and they get robbed and they are just out of luck. It's not fun because you have to go back again and try and get all of that stuff all over again, all because you weren't prepared. Hence the reason why shielding is kind of important. Now, here we go. This is another huge thing, the mechs. As far as the mechs, I need to go ahead and just finish these dudes off. I just, like I said, after stopping playing and even before, it just really didn't matter to me to go through some of these because I was already so far ahead. And I can tell you right now, there's stuff in this school and things that can be done with this school that I don't know. Most people just they don't understand. I mean, when the new suits came out, everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's impossible to break that perseverance and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "No, it's not. It's actually not. Y'all just not doing it right." But anyway, so with the mechas, here's what you'll see. This one is already at level 78. I could just go ahead and bump it to level 80 real quick and whatever, but blah, whatever. But then you actually get to set up these different attributes in here based on these inventory items in here. Now, one of the smartest ways I think to actually have this set up, and I think anybody would tell you to have it set up like this, is to actually do weak attack, troop attack, weak HP, troop HP, dead attack. This should actually be, if you had a dead HP, that'd be the one I'd tell you to go with at level 10s. And then troop defense also works. Now you can set that up on each different one of these here. There's a star system built into it, so on and so forth. All that stuff's pretty simple to figure out. And yeah, well, it doesn't even see, that's a problem. This tab is supposed to be an information tab where you can click on that. It gives you all the information without having to search for it, but now you kind of have to search for it. Another thing, and this is going to be very important to most of you if you don't know this, obsidian is your best friend. And the reason why is because of one of the lovely little things that you need for your enablers equipment. These different abilities here in the R&D room can actually be attached to your different enablers. The three most important ones are the dispute core, the chance core, and the dead core. Now, I will also say the life core, because these two are kind of interchangeable if you're planning on going into arena and even for siege. And the reason I say that is because the life core, I mean, you're already pretty much set up for HP on each one of those. The dead core is specifically about the dead, your dead troops. Now, this one has not been completed. It's intensified to its maximum, but the remodel is what's necessary. Now, when I originally did this, I messed up and I just didn't even, care to go back into it. And I'm deciding to go ahead and do it now. And for this one, you can set, anything you want based on what's available, which includes fuel output all the way through dead troop marching speed. The thing is, what you want on almost all of them is troop HP. For this one, I'm like, hey, it's about my dead, so troop HP and dead troop HP, I'm with that. What you're looking at here is a percentage increase. Troop HP only goes to 21%. The dead troop HP, however, goes to 24% flat. And in order to actually do it, to remodel those or increase or decrease these numbers, you have to spend obsidian. The catch to it is, it's all random. You could do this and have 60 billion in obsidian. It wouldn't matter, because until you get the numbers you want, you are not going to lock them in and you're not going to replace them. And you can run through a ton of obsidian doing that. But that's that. The ones that I told you about, these three, dispute, chance, and life, they're going to be most important on your enablers that actually have the weapons. As you see here, Misaki, she actually has the shield. I have ZRS2 set up with the gun. Where's ZRS at? There she is. And then I have Celestia, Celestia is set up with the swords. Now, if you notice this setup here, I was actually testing something. This setup is honestly, it's only useful really for siege and only if I replace these actual stones. So the element stones here, if I replace these and set it up for what I would actually set it up for siege for, it's going to be very, very destructive. I mean, she already is, as is, especially having this weapon, plus the life core, plus the setup I have on the life core, as well as the current setup of elements on each one of these, and based on all of the power and everything else that comes from my school. But I can actually change this and make it suitable even more so for arena, or even more hardcore for siege, based on what it is I want or I'm trying to do. Another one of the things you guys should know about, but I'm going to go ahead and run down real quick, is your defense right here on your wall. Your wall has two different defenses, and I essentially set mine up exactly the same on both ends based on, just going through so many battles, and even with the actual troops that are set up on the wall as well. Oh my gosh, I need to go ahead and increase this here. So I mean, as you can see, my wall, this is what it is. 3 rows, level 10 deads, and 2 rows of T10 attackers. That's that. Now, based on different things, that wall changes. If I go into siege, I change that wall. If it's a specific event, I change that wall. It just depends on the scenario. That's simple. You guys are gonna, it's something that you guys have to figure out. I mean, I can go over it, through it, everything else, but like I said, it all depends on how this video goes, because I'm not gonna sit here and take up a whole lot of time, because this can take up a whole lot of time in order to go through all this stuff. But anyway, based on where, how much you guys like these videos, if you have more questions on it, if you want me to do more of them, different things like that, I'll come back and do it again. That's not an issue. Now, one of the things here that I will go over right now concerning arena. This is your arena system here. You have CVC. When that happens, you'll be able to go against other cities on a 3v3 type setup through arena. And this has never been, it's still not open yet. But on the personal system, here you go. Let's see how much stuff I have. Oh, okay, I used some of it. So yeah, in the store, you get points based on your participation and where you land in the actual arena itself. This one here is known as AOV, Arena of Valor. Most the people that you're going to see up here are most of the top people in, every city. I should go ahead. I won't even mess with it. So every day at reset time, you will find people come in here and they will just attack each other and move positions, because nobody, and I mean nobody, I don't care what city you're in, who they are, and what they tell you, the bottom line to it is no single person can safely sit in first place right now. No one can, because everyone you see from actually the top 10, even this guy here, Panda, I never see him really do it, but let's see, him, I know he can to an extent, but everyone in this top 10 can bump anyone in this top 10. And like I said, that also includes Takeo and Panda, I'm pretty sure can. Z-Bomb, I know he can as well. All these people can do it. The thing about it is the actual store is different for AOV than it is for the regular one. And in here, you've got all kinds of stuff. If you weren't able to get the Black Bride Chica skin, it's right in here. The actual cost of the Marks of Conquest are actually cheaper than what they are in the other. And then of course you have march size enhancements, and these here are a one-time use, whereas these here are a time-based use. And the same thing goes for Deathmatch. Deathmatch is tricky though, because Deathmatch, unlike AOV and unlike the regular arena, Deathmatch, your troops, they die. Plain and simple. And again, this is a situation where anybody in this top 10, we can all knock each other straight out of the positions that we're in. The actual tokens and everything in here are less expensive again, so go ahead and buy those. why not? I mean, not like these points are really going to be used for anything else. And that pretty much covers that portion of it. But what I did want to show you is right here. This setup is one of the most important things for you guys when it comes to Arena. And one of the catches to it is, what you need to understand is every time you go into an arena and change anything, oh, I'm sorry, let me correct myself. Anytime you go into your gear, if right now, there we go. If right now I changed the actual elements I have on here, and actually it looks like I do need to change them because I was setting up for something else completely different. But if I go in here and change anything here, geez, I can't believe I forgot to actually, oh wait, okay, that was the wrong. Wait, why did he just show that? Hold up, did I just see what I think I saw? Okay, there we go. No, she set up right. But if I change anything on here, what happens is when I go into an arena to battle someone, I'm telling you this right now, it is something that absolutely has to happen. You need to go in, take your enabler off, and then put her back in her position, because it changes out the information there. Even if you change your suit, all right? If you change your suit and you come in here and you see it's already changed, the fact is you still want to take her off, put her back in. For a long time, there's been a glitch that actually just, it doesn't automatically shift that information. It forces you to do the removal and replacement, because otherwise the actual information, the battle gear, things like that, it stays the same as to what was there prior. Now, back to what I was going for. I'm going to give you guys the layout here, okay? Which most people would tell you to go to hell on this, but I'm going to give you a basic layout. Number 1, Dead Troop HP level 5 should be in every one of these slots. Except for, and yes, there is a but, except for if you are doing single arena or if you're doing championship arena. I can get into that in another video, like I said, once we figure out how this one goes. These here, I have not even completed to actually, I just haven't gone through and set this whole thing up. But essentially what you want is level 5 expedition percentage setup within each one of these slots here. All right, not the limit plus the increase. No, you want the percentage increase. Next up again, this here, every one of these should be level 5 dead troop damage. And when I say that, I mean that. And there is the but exception again, just like here. However, I have never ever changed it from that. The but exception in this case doesn't even pertain to single arena. It actually pertains to championship. But again, I digress. We will get into that another time. That is pretty much it. I mean, in the other video, we can probably go over talent and strictly deal with your setups for arena, different things of that nature, as well as how to properly siege and how to knock that damn perseverance suit out. And before we go, yeah, just to show you what I'm talking about, you guys all should already know what these suits are. But let's just go check out Celestia real quick again. All right, so Each of these suits, no matter which one it is, has different attributes. Like the Genesis suit here, this is just the top portion, has these specific attributes, and then its special attributes right here. Project Zero damage bonus, increase in arena battle attack plus 60%, and then this, if you wear all 6 pieces, you have the Ace Killer plus 50%. And what that is supposed to do, Ace Killer is supposed to actually kill off those troops that you are attacking. Whatever number of them that die, they're supposed to actually die. It gives a 50% increase in possible death, I should say. Now, for this one here, the fairy suits, you have different types of setups. Once you get the actual attributes of them, once you hit level 5 or the +5 there, it'll pop in something like this. So this one's coordination. Coordination, at 2 pieces, you increase the final damage plus 10%. Damage is hugely important when it comes to arena. Damage is also hugely important when it comes to siege. Now, it didn't actually specify, and it doesn't specify on these, whether it's supposed to be, like in some cases, like this here, it actually says arena. This does not specify that. And therefore, I mean, personally, it is in my thought that it's going to work for both. And honestly, I don't care even if it doesn't. It's fine. The collapse, it's 2 pieces, all troop attack distance +2, which is great in certain situations. It's 4 pieces, maximum proportion of troops are shooter troops. All enablers critical strike rate increases +30%. And then it's 6 pieces, every 10 rounds the damage of all members is increased by 15%, and the upper limit is 300% +1%. Now, this one here, the Perseverance one, which is what almost everybody goes for, personally, not me. Perseverance suit, all troop damage reduction 20%. That's good. Arena or siege, that's good. When the maximum proportion of troops is the attacking troops gain insight into weakness +20%. Whatever. It's good. I don't care. This is what everybody cares about right here. Decrease rate of enabler being arrested +100%. That is a lie. Plain and simple. It's a lie. This suit, a full Perseverance suit, can be broken, and the enabler can and will be taken. That's that. Like I said, we'll get into that depending on how things go here. The other things, of course, you guys know about battle reports, so on and so forth. This school has had so many battles. It is, I mean, just for fun in some cases, and in some cases just to burn out an entire alliance, so on and so forth. It goes on and on and on and on. And there's some pretty damn good reports in here. Wait, why did it just stop? Did they do that again? Oh, I hate that. Only goes back as far as 11. Nah, whatever. Oh well. Now, because I kind of went through the enablers and the suits and things like that, another huge thing you guys are going to want to work on as far as your enablers go. Let's just find Misaki, because I know I did hers. This right here, Bloodstones. Bloodstones are new. They recently added this in a couple of months ago, whatever. It gives you the ability to actually take these stones that you have in, well, we'll go to that section right now. I won't even say anything about it. But essentially, you take these stones and you can increase the attributes of them in order to also increase the attributes of your enablers and their attacking, so on and so forth. Now, there's 3 different types as far as these symbols here. And when we go into, here we go. Wow, that one's locked off. But you can see that they have information on them, and you can upgrade them 5 times. The catch to it is that these attributes, you can add more of them, but only certain ones are very, very important. This one right here, really, I was just joking around with it, whatever, and I only kept it because of the fact that I have 59% effect resistance, effect hit plus 25%, and then HP 1965. I have much higher versions of each one of these on other stones, on other enablers. And I can go ahead and make more of them right now if I want to. But it's just one of those things where, again, this school just kind of hangs out, keeps growing, and keeps getting everything new as kind of, it's kind of a museum now to this game. That's kind of what the school has become. Saki, you're always bothering me. Damn. But beyond that, I mean, that's really it for now. And I would tell you all that, again, some of the most important things that you're going to deal with on your school are, number 1, Kizuna. Number 2, your actual lab, and certain things in the lab too. Anything that deals with increasing HP, especially anything that deals with increasing attack power, again, getting your decorations and different skins for the school, the students, the enablers, all of that good stuff. All of that stuff increases the actual power and ability to your school, to your attack, to your siege, to your arena. This video has gone way longer than I wanted it to, and I might chop it up into a couple of different ones. It's 48 minutes now. Anyway, look, I'm the Show Bullet 8. I am out of here. Sayonara. Peace. Enjoy. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. And like I said, let me know if you guys like this, and we'll go ahead and do a part 2 and primarily do a lot of focus on arena and siege. Hey, thanks for joining. I'm out.